he quarrels with her morals.
I don't go away on weekends for people I'm not married with.
So he took a walk on the wild side.
Belly button pierced, tongue ring.
I'm not into that freaky kind of stuff.
We gave each other a nice hug and then, you know, kind of turned into a little kiss.
I'm not into that freaky kind of stuff.
After her old-fashioned date,
I bought her a drink with a cherry in it.
took a surprising twist.
She said she could tie a stem of a cherry into a knot.
Will they stay together or have a change of heart?
Thank you very much. I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new, and we're going to meet their dates a little bit later. But first, let's meet our couple. She's a plus-size model, and he's a personal trainer. Now, they met at the gym, and for the past 8 months, their relationship has really started to take shape. Please welcome Kevin Wilson and Molly Garner. Welcome to the program. And you're both here because you really want to do, I guess we could say, exercise your options to see if this relationship was right for you.
Something
Kevin,
like that.
we'll start with you. What's right in your relationship with Molly?
Just the fact that, you know, when we got together, everything was just going really well. She's, you know, outgoing, happy all the time, always smiling, and I really enjoyed being around her with that. It's quite
Good.
nice.
Okay, and Molly, what's Kevin's best quality?
Well, the fact that he's a personal trainer, he never gets on me for like what I eat and, you know, my weight and stuff. And he's very sensitive. He leaves notes on my car and just very romantic.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, Molly, overall, though, how do you feel about his job as being a personal trainer? Kind of an intimate job?
Well, I don't like the fact that he talks about the women that he trains all the time, their hot bodies, and he trains very rich women in their homes and strippers and...
Oh, rich women and strippers.
Exactly. Well, in fact, one...
Dancers, of course, dancers.
Oh,
Same
okay.
thing. There's a pole involved. Thank you.
Right. They're swinging on a pole. Okay.
Exactly. But to give you an example, we were at this wedding, and he ended up training the bride, and through the whole wedding, all he could talk about was how
I was
hot
taking
her
pride
body
in my
was.
work. Taking pride in my work.
Someone at our table had to point out the fact that I look nice too, so he knew that he was going a little overboard.
Gotcha. Okay, well, Kevin, now...
She looked nice, and I picked her up.
Well, that worked then, I guess.
It was like on-the-job
Kevin,
thing, you know?
Molly's concerned about the women that you're touching and training and doing whatever. What about the people that Molly hangs out with?
She's got this one friend I don't like. She's really trashy. She's not good. She's a bad influence, you know, and it just really... They go out together, and she's more like a one-night stand type of girl that goes out. And
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute,
just
wait a minute.
She's kind of like, to me, like a slut almost, you know?
Excuse me, that's my best friend, and if she was like that, then why'd you try and hook up with her to begin with? Thank you. And not only that, wait. She's my best friend, and you should respect her because she's my best friend, and I'm sick of being put in the middle of, like...
That's a hard situation to be in. All right, now,
is,
Molly,
it
if there
is.
was something about Kevin that you could change, what would that be?
Well, his smart-ass, bad boy, cocky attitude.
Okay.
The fact that he has, you know, tattoos and, you know, he has a beautiful daughter, but he's just real, kind of can be a smart-ass. I'm looking for someone more like my dad, who's tough on the outside, but like just soft and sensitive on the inside.
Some of those teddy bear qualities,
Exactly.
right. And Kevin, is Molly really close with her family?
She's a little bit too close. She still lives at home. She's a little bit younger than me. And,
There's nothing wrong with
you know,
that.
and no, there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, whenever we got to go somewhere, trying to make plans, it's like,
No.
Mom's got to have the okay first. You know, I got to get the okay
That's
from
not
Mom.
even how it is.
If we want to go
I
out
am-
of town on a weekend or something, it's like, I feel like I got to have the approval, you know, the pass, the hall pass first.
Right.
That's
Now,
not
what
how
about
it
the
is.
fact that when you're trying to get close and personal and intimacy and all of that?
Going on over to her house, you know, I enjoy going over there. I love her family very much, you know, very well respected. But, you know, hanging out on the couch, you know, going to a movie or something at her
No, wait
house
a
is like
minute.
going to a movie with the family.
No.
you know, instead of-
I am very close with my family. I think there's nothing wrong with that I live at home since I'm still trying to get my career going and stuff like that. The fact that he comes over to my house and he sits on the couch and I sit on the chair, there's nothing wrong with him sitting next to me and holding my hand and being a part of me and my family.
Molly, tell me how Kevin acts around you otherwise.
Well, he loves to mimic me like a parrot. He like knows what buttons to push to get at me. He like responds with these short answers like sure or whatever. In the car.
They're like blow-offs, though. They just...
Exactly. Just like, I don't care what you have to say, sure. That's the way he is. Or we're in the car, he'll turn up the radio so he doesn't have to hear me talk. And then he pinches like the fat on the back of my arms. Bugs me to no end. Does that all the time.
All right, Kevin, tell us how Molly's changed, though, since you guys first got together a few months ago.
We first started dating. Her hair, she had a little bit blonde highlights in her hair. Now she's kind of dyed it brown, and I guess I prefer the blonde hair a little bit more, and you know, it doesn't complement her as well as I think as the blonde hair does.
Ooh, okay.
All right, Molly, I'll ask you then, why did you and Kevin decide to go on a date outside the relationship at this point?
Well, before I was dating Kevin, I was in a relationship for 4 years, and it ended because he was unfaithful, and I wanted to see how trustworthy Kevin could be.
Okay, you're putting them to the test.
Exactly.
All right, we'll see what happens there then. It seems that Kevin and Molly definitely have some questions about their relationship. And when we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out if they're going to stay together or have a change of heart. Welcome back to Change of Heart. We're here with Kevin and Molly. Now, Kevin's a gentleman who prefers blondes who don't live with their mom and dad. So we sent him on a date with a blonde who has much more fun when mom and dad aren't around. Please welcome Christine Stidham.
Really?
Hi, Christine.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You know Kevin. And Molly, we'll start with your first impression of Christine.
She's pretty. She's nice.
Uh-huh. Now, Kevin, when you first talked to Christine, where was she?
She was in bed, actually.
Okay.
She was laying in bed, and you know, I was just talking to her about it, and I kept hearing this sound. I wasn't sure what it was, and I kept prying into it a little bit, and she told me it was a Tickle Me Elmo doll.
Aw, little Tickle Me Elmo in bed there with you. Okay. So, Christine, when you finally met Kevin and you were ready to go on the date, did Kevin bring you anything?
Oh yeah, he brought me a very large bouquet of balloons, purple and yellow balloons, and I think the best was probably the Elmo. There was a huge Elmo balloon in the middle of them, and he made me carry them around all night.
Oh, okay. Well, very thoughtful. Molly, were you surprised that Kevin did something like that?
No, because he's a gentleman. He does that for me all the time, so.
Oh. All right. And Kevin, while she was wandering around with a bunch of balloons, did you like that? Did you think it was cute?
Oh, I thought it was great. She looked cute either way, with or without the balloons, you know. She had a belly button pierced, tongue ring, you know, that was kind of, I was overwhelmed by the whole package. It was kind of shocking, but it was good.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it.
And what about the hair?
The hair, the blonde hair was definitely a plus.
Okay,
you know?
you definitely like that
Yes.
blonde. And Christine, your feelings about Kevin while you guys were starting to learn about each other?
Kevin is a very attractive guy, and I was very nervous about it right away, but he's exactly how I pictured him to be. Tall, really good looking, nice body.
Mm-hmm. So that worked for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Kevin, could you sense that she was a little nervous when you two were together?
She was nervous. I think I took the brunt of that. I think I was a little bit more nervous than her. You know, we went to sit at this outside restaurant, get something to eat. Food was definitely not on either one of our lists, you know.
So food came and nobody was eating?
There was no food being eaten. No, not at all.
You were distracted?
Very much so.
Because you were nervous or talking or what?
Talking and, you know, back to the tongue piercing, you know, she kept playing with that thing in her mouth, and I was kind of taken by that a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know.
So, Molly, there they are. They're hitting that off right off the bat. Pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, but I'm not into that freaky kind of stuff, the piercings and the tattoos.
You'd never do your tongue?
No.
No.
Never.
Okay. Now, Kevin, those things turned you on. You said, was there anything that turned you off by Christine?
Just the fact that, you know, she had to return a couple calls, you know, that she got paged with, and left me sitting there for about 5 or 10 minutes, but, you know.
And were they important calls or what, Christine?
Yeah, I was on call for my job.
Oh, so it was work-related, so she had to get up and call them
But
back.
still, then again, on a first date, it makes you wonder what, you know, what's really going on.
I was
Right. Is she
hoping
looking
he
for a
would be
way out?
understanding.
Okay. And this is all happening during dinner, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Christine, what happened after dinner then? What were the plans?
We were going to go and listen to some music, live music at a jazz club. I love music, and I love music. I love dancing, so I decided to take him there. He'd never been there, so I thought it would be a really good opportunity for him and for us to have a good
Okay,
time.
so that sounds like a nice plan afterwards. We were talking about that you were being paged at work, though. One of the things Molly said about Kevin's work is that he trains strippers. Would that be a problem? Do you care?
Oh, God, not at all. I'm very secure with myself, so I figure that, you know, that's his job. And, you know, I think he either wants to be with me or he doesn't, so that wouldn't bother me at all.
Now, so you see, Molly, is that the issue
you know
about
what?
being secure?
It's one thing to say it, but when you're actually in the relationship, it's a different thing.
think it
Especially
would be?
if he was constantly commenting about their bodies and how good they looked, she would be bothered by it.
Okay. Kevin, let's go back to the club. Now, there you are at the jazz club, little jazz music and dancing. And how was Christine at the club?
She was very good to me, you know. We sat there, and I was sitting on a bar stool, was kind of sitting up high. Had this older lady sitting next to me, was kind of observing everything going on, and then Christine starts, you know, dancing around in front of me. She's got some pretty good moves and stuff, so, you know, I enjoyed that. The lady was a little overwhelmed, but as well as myself, of course.
And then did you give the old lady something else to stare at during the night, Kevin?
Yeah, we gave each other a nice hug, and then, you know, kind of turned into a little kiss, and it was kind of a passionate kiss, I'd say.
That pierced tongue thing going?
It was the tongue thing, definitely, the tongue.
Yeah. Now, Molly, does that surprise you, him mugging it up in public?
No, no. But the kiss thing surprises me. So, that's fine.
Okay, Kevin, if you had to compare the kissing styles between Christine and Molly's, what would you say the difference is?
One would be a little bit more conservative, and the one with the, you know, Christine, of course, with the pierced tongue, kind of, it's a little overwhelming. It's different if you haven't done it before.
Kevin, let's ask you, since she has the tongue ring and the belly button pierced, do you have anything unusual with your body?
No, I got a couple tattoos, but that's about it. No big
Tattoos?
deal, yeah.
And Christine?
Yeah.
Tattoos?
Oh, yeah. I definitely have one.
Yeah, she's got a beautiful sun on her back with some tribal stuff around it. She showed me that, which wasn't a problem.
Christine, besides tattoos, anything else you guys had in common?
Oh, yeah. Kevin and I both like to go away for the weekend. Water skiing, jet skiing, camping, that type of thing. Definitely weekend getaways. And Kevin did share with me that that's one of their problems, that she can't really get away for the weekends because she lives at home with her parents and she's young. So, yeah, we definitely have that in common.
Okay. So, Kevin, does that mean that Christine doesn't live with her parents and it's a little easier?
I have respect for myself, and I don't go away on weekends for people I'm not married with.
Kevin, does Christine live with her parents?
Actually, she does, but she's a little bit older, and it's a little different relationship. She's got a little bit more freedom to come and go and has a little bit more privacy, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Okay. Were Christine's blonde locks and lip locks enough to give Kevin a change of heart? We're going to find out later, but next we're going to meet the man that Molly dated, and we'll hear what happened on their date. Welcome back to Change of Heart. We just heard what happened on Kevin's date with Christine, and now we get to meet the man that Molly dated. She told us that Kevin pays more attention to his stripper clients than he does to her. She also called him a bad boy who should act more like her dad. So we sent her out with a nice model who only has eyes for the woman that he's with. Please welcome Eric Bleha. What's up, Eric? What's up, big guy? All right, and Kevin, we'll start with you. Kevin, what's your first impression of Eric?
He's a big guy, you know. He looks like he goes to the gym, you know, more into. Looks like he's into what he looks like, you know.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely a big guy. All right, and Eric, did you see Molly before she saw you, or what happened when you guys hooked up?
I did. I went to my door and I got a little peephole and I looked through and I was really nervous because it's a blind date. I was very pleased with what I saw. I thought she was very pretty. So I opened a door and I couldn't help myself. I gave her a big hug.
Yeah. All right. And Molly, your reaction when you saw Eric?
Basically, mouth to the floor. I mean, his eyes, he has these piercing, sexy blue eyes that just, like, caught me off guard. And he was looking very nice. He had a pair of, like, brown cords on with a nice ribbed shirt. He looked good.
And Eric, how would you describe yourself?
You know, I got the tough guy appearance, but inside I got like a romantic streak in me. I like doing nice things. So I decided to do something really nice with Molly. I took her to the Hollywood Bowl, to listen to the orchestra, and we did a picnic outside.
So that's kind of sweet. So Molly, you'd say he's less of that bad boy Kevin type kind of guy?
Absolutely. Definitely more like my father.
Yeah. And then, and you appreciated the fact that he went out of his way, right?
He went above and beyond anything I would have expected. Because we did a picnic thing, and we sat on this park bench, and he would not let me touch anything. He pulled out these, like, placemats, silverware, and linen cloths, these candles, flowers in this little creamer with these plates that matched.
The whole works. How about some food? Was there some grub in there?
Let me tell you. We had turkey sandwiches with, like, this cranberry sauce. We had, like, he had a little cheese and cracker plate with this cream cheese dip in the middle, fruit salad, and for dessert we had this angel food cake with, like, this fudge stuff on it. It was really good.
Okay, so you had a lot of food there, Eric. Was there time to still chatter up a little bit in conversation?
Yeah, we talked. Jeez, in fact, we were late for the concert, but we talked and talked. We talked all about, we have a lot in common. She comes from a family with all girls. I have a lot of brothers, and she's young like me. And it didn't bother me that she lives with her parents. She's got a ton of ambition. That's great.
Now, Molly, while you're comparing the two guys, any similarities between the two?
Well, yeah, I mean, not only is Eric a model, but he's also a personal trainer. But he does more corporate personal training. He doesn't train strippers.
A little difference there. right, Molly, how was the concert? Did you get to enjoy some of it?
Well, we missed half of it, but when we got up there, we didn't have tickets beforehand, and the box office was closed. So
Oops.
Eric did a little sweet talking to the security guy and got us in.
Okay, so scammed his way in. Eric, share some of that sweet talk that you used.
Slip a 20.
Okay. Now, you guys are hanging out under the stars. That's kind of romantic, right?
Yeah, we were listening to the concert, and we were whispering to each other's ears throughout the concert. And I asked her if it was okay if I put my arm around her and on her knee, and she said it was okay.
Now, Molly, was there any point in the night that you weren't comfortable, though?
Eric behind the wheel. He drives just like Kevin, a maniac.
Madman.
From the Hollywood Bowl to the bar we went to shoot pool. My life flashed before my eyes like twice.
All right, so Eric, you guys are at the bar shooting pool and doing whatever. Anything fun happen there?
Yeah, actually, I bought her a drink with a cherry in it, and somehow the conversation got into, she said she could tie the stem of a cherry into a knot with her tongue.
Oh, that trick, yeah.
And she offered to demonstrate. I said, you better not, you gotta turn me on. But she did.
And she did.
So,
Oh, he just happens to have a cherry.
I bought her a cherry.
Oh, great. Okay.
Molly, I'd love to see it again.
Oh my God. All right.
All right. So we have a tongue piercing and then a tongue stem knotting something here.
Tricks with the tongue.
Kevin, did you know
all about
about
the
her
tongue.
tongue talents and that she's
Oh, yes,
sharing
I
it with
know
Eric?
that.
Does
I've
it
seen it.
surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me a bit.
No?
But I know she probably didn't drink the drink 'cause she doesn't drink too often, so.
Uh-huh.
You know, if the chance was there for him to kind of be trying to sweet talk her and give her some drinks,
Right.
I don't think it was really going to happen.
Okay, look, there's the knot. Okay. Molly. Very good. Molly, you said they love that trick. Jeez, who knew? Molly, you said you wanted a guy like your dad. Does Eric fit the bill more than Kevin?
Absolutely. Like when we're at the bar, these guys cut in front of us and we're shooting pool, and he just went up, was very polite, more like Kevin has the more cocky kind of attitude, and he's just very family-oriented and just a great guy, just like my dad.
Right. Okay, so at this point, Eric, everything seems to be falling into place pretty well. You guys are both into each other. Any romance starting to hit on it?
Yeah, at the end of the night, I walked her to her car and I asked her if it was okay if I kissed her.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, let me ask you, Molly made a big deal about you kissing Christine on your date. Do you think she kissed him?
I think so, yeah.
Molly?
Rico Suave type of guy. I think you can pull that off.
You know, you only live once. Can I pass this up one more time?
Okay, she went for it. Wasn't enough, though? I don't know. Will Kevin and Molly have a change of heart, or are they going to stay together? During the break, they're going to make their decision. We'll find out what they decided when we come back. All right, we're back. Now is the moment of truth. During the break, Kevin and Molly each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? That's the question. Now, Molly, you came on the show because you wanted to test your relationship with the trust factor here in a safe environment, so that's what we provided for you. Kevin, we're going to start with you. You wanted somebody that was more blonde, and obviously we got that for you. Somebody that was a little older and a better living situation, and maybe somebody non-traditional with the piercings and tattoos. So you got all of that, but you have a relationship going with Molly here. What's your decision?
Well, let's see here. You know, I really liked the blonde hair. I had a great time with her. I mean, spontaneously, I think we can go out and do a lot of things together and have a good time. But Molly, on the other hand, you know, we got a good thing going. We got a good relationship going, and we have a real good friendship going. And I think, you know, based upon that, I think I am going to have a change of heart.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I think we'd be better off being friends.
Okay, gotcha. All right, you think it's the friendship route to go. And Christine, is that okay with you?
Oh, absolutely.
You're good to go for another date then. All right.
Absolutely.
Molly, now we come to you. Molly, you said you wanted somebody that wasn't training strippers as part of their job, somebody that was more like your dad and not too cocky, somebody that wasn't going to be mimicking on you and hurting your feelings like Kevin had a tendency to do sometimes. You had a really good time with Eric under the stars at the Hollywood Bowl, very romantic, the picnic and the whole works. But you are in a relationship with Kevin, so what's your decision?
Well, me and Kevin have been trying to work on this for a long time, and, you know, I feel really comfortable with Kevin, and I like him a lot. But on the other hand, Eric is a lot more like my father, someone who has a lot of, you know, the qualities that I'm looking for. And I just hope that me and Kevin can remain friends, because I have a change of heart today.
Another change of heart. Okay. okay with you then, right?
Definitely.
Okay, well, hopefully you guys will then remain friends as you both wish, because obviously the situation of going on in a relationship just wasn't going to work. So good luck to the two of you, and in your new relationships, good luck. That's our show for today. Good luck to Molly and Eric, and good luck to Kevin and Christine. I'm Chris Jagger. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart.